2 days, but it feels like a lifetime. It's only been 2 days, but it feels like a lifetime. You left me in the dark, alone here at the bar, but it's only been 2 days, and it feels like...
My name is Edo Ferragamo. I'm from Florence, Italy. I live in New York. I've been living in New York City for the past 5 years, and right now I'm home in the beautiful countryside of Tuscany. My musical journey started when I was 12 years old. I was watching a movie about music, and I remember when I heard the sound of the electric guitar for the first time, I was captivated and so into it and so drawn into it that I remember my mom had an old classical guitar in the basement. So I ran downstairs, I picked it up, and I started just like messing around with it. And shortly after, I asked my parents if I could take guitar lessons. And after that, and after learning a bit more about the guitar, I was so in love with it.
It's only been 2 days, but it feels like a lifetime. It's only been 2 days.
Music had a huge impact in my life. As a matter of fact, I spent most of my youth playing guitar, practicing and learning about music. Sometimes when my friends would go out and party, I would stay home and just, play guitar, and I really wanted to become the best I could. I was inspired by all these amazing guitar players, from Jimi Hendrix to David Gilmour to Angus Young from AC/DC, Slash, and all these great guitar heroes, Joe Satriani. So music was everything for me. Berklee College of Music was a very, very fundamental experience for me. When I was in high school, I learned all about Berklee, also from my guitar teacher at the moment. He told me all these stories about this amazing school and that I should apply for it. So I auditioned during my last year of high school again, and I luckily got in and I got accepted. So after school I moved to Boston, and it was incredible because my dream was always to go to America to pursue music. I wanted to get to know the best musicians in the world, and Berklee was definitely a gateway to get that. It was really tough as well because you're facing really the best of the best. So I arrived there 18, 19 years old. I thought I was a great player already, and then there were people that were like smoking me. So I really had to practice a lot to get to where I wanted.
Can you feel the pouring rain? Does it help to hide the pain?
My family has always been very supportive in general in everything I've done in my life, but maybe at first, for example, my father was a bit hesitant when I got accepted to Berklee because it's not such a traditional path. But when he saw that I was really driven, really committed, and that I worked really hard, then he changed his mind, and he became a great supporter of my career and a great fan too. And the rest of my family as well, of course. I definitely went through many different musical paths. As I said before, I grew up listening to hard rock and to all these great classic rock bands, from Led Zeppelin to Pink Floyd to Guns N' Roses and so on. And then when I went to Boston at Berklee, I learned a bit more about jazz, about funk, about fusion and different musical styles. Then when I moved to New York, I really started doing a lot of sessions, immersing myself in the producing and writing world. I even learned about electronic music. For a period of time I was doing EDM. But if I have to define a style for me right now, I would say pop rock. Growing up as a Ferragamo means learning to work hard, never give anything for granted, and to pay a lot of attention to details. Well, coming from a well-known name, it's easier for people to draw conclusions, but I learned from that on how to be strong and driven, and I'm my own person, and I'm actually grateful for all of that. TuneCore is a great company, and it's really, really supportive to my music. But also the best part of it is that it gives every up-and-coming artist an opportunity to become an official artist and musician. It helps to distribute your music to all the streaming platforms out there, and until you're able to put your music out, you're not an official musician. So it's really fantastic, and also it leaves you full creative control, and you own 100% of your royalties, which is a big fact. And they have a great online support center. They're a great team, and they're just a really, really good company. Yeah. I think the best part of being an independent artist and using a platform like TuneCore is that you really decide for yourself what to put out, when to put out, and you have full control on your own music. Sometimes if you are with a major label, you have to respect certain deadlines, certain blocks that they put for you. So for me at this moment, having the possibility of really not focusing too much on other people, but really focusing on my music and my artistic direction, it's a fantastic opportunity.
But it feels like a lifetime. It's only been 2 days, and it feels like forever.